Yeah, Shalom Akim, Yahweh Bashim Shai, Barakatah, Bashim Kwakadash. The honors and salutations to the elders and apostles, government doing real well, and I can try to focus on the earth. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Yep, so you have, another icing on the cake concerning the drama for the stock market, involving traders of, GameStop stocks, let's see, AMC, and a couple of other stocks that were blocked from being traded on the market by some trading platforms, by some stockbrokers. Yeah, so it's gonna get ugly anyway, because other people are beginning to realize that something fishy is going on, and they're beginning to connect the dots. All right, and when people begin to connect the dots, you know, the house of cards begins to fall apart, and and before you know it, these politicians are going to be exposed, and all their so-called financial dealings with these, you know, businesses, or let me say, institution on Wall Street, and it gets ugly too, and you just never know how deep the rabbit holes get, and then you start dealing with the police unions, the teachers union, SEIU or whatever, the unions and all that stuff, and then you start going into the underworld and all that. So it's just crazy, man. You know that things are beginning to come to light, and I won't be surprised that I have to create some type of legislation to clamp down on the people at the bottom from playing the game that the super rich are playing. And when you understand, financials, you know that there's certain things you don't do. All right, you don't just fall in love with cash. Fall in love with money. That's an opening, for destruction right there. Okay, that's the reason why the Lord gave man certain things to enjoy in moderation. But he just had, you know, Esau just had to go beyond, and that's what happens when, the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Lord are not being taken seriously. This is a type of society you have to deal with. This is a type of headaches. All right, so I'm going to play this video real quick, and you'd be surprised how much more is coming down the line.
In other areas, in one sector here, this is Dabu 7. A few things here pertaining to the markets, as we're seeing quite a bit of action out here, and people are unhappy in different areas. Some are happy in other areas. In one sector here, the SEC putting out a statement on these short squeezes that have been happening, saying that they will protect investors from manipulative trading. Something is afoot with all of this, as everything seems very trappy. Some people are in a frenzy. They're letting greed get the better part of them. That's right. You better watch it with your movement out here. I'm telling you, things are trappy.
Yeah, so you gotta be extra cautious, when you come to dealing with the stock market, because you already know that these comment boards have been monitored by the FBI and other agencies. So the idea of you know collusion and all that stuff, it's a different you know different beast you have to be careful of, right? Because conspiracy and all that stuff and racketeering, it's not a joke when it comes to Esau's system, because the rules that they apply to the rich, the elites of this world, is different for the rules they're going to apply to the people. So they're going to do whatever they can, to save face and throw people under the bus, and pretend as if they're doing their job. All right, but they're not going to want to solve the problem, meaning that the elites, man, they create a corrupt system, and that they don't want it to end. They just want to be at the table enjoying all the perks of it, So you gotta be extra cautious, when you're dealing with financials, okay? So I'm gonna read a quick scripture from the book of First Timothy, chapter 6, verse 10. All right, tells you, for the love of money is the root of all evil, while some coveted after they have erred from the faith, and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. All right, so now you know why a lot of folks stopped preaching the gospel and they sold out. All right, they were tired of going out there on the highways and byways. They lost faith in the Lord, and they fell in love with that suitcase of money. And they start bringing up damnable heresies and doctrine. All right, they start omitting the name of Hamashiach Yahushai from the gospel, and even the name of Yahweh. All right, they start bringing up all types of falsehoods, and then you understand down the line that they've been compromised. They took the money, so you have to be careful, man, about the people you deal with when it comes to preaching the gospel. All right, so brothers gotta learn to get their houses in order, and don't fall victim, to this entanglement, or what I call enticing opportunities. So be extra cautious, okay?
But some don't care. They'll just keep on going, listening to the shills. You know, it is illegal to pump and dump a stock. And when this is stated, some people make up so many excuses saying they were never told to dump and all this other stuff. But the dump's coming, and it will happen. It always does. Excuses, excuses. One thing's for sure, though. The crypto market is not the stock market. It's not regulated with rules and everything else the same way that the stock market is. Okay, and there are measures that allow them to set up these shorts and short squeezes, and there's loopholes that make certain things legal, but other things are not.
Yep. So it's only a matter of time before they start to clamp down on this crypto stuff. So don't hold your breath that that things are gonna go on as usual. All right. So the book of Sirach, chapter 31, verse 1 tells you, watching for riches consumeth the eyes. All right. It's like watching for riches consumeth the flesh, and the care thereof driveth away sleep. All right. So when folks are tied to their money, they can't stop thinking about how much money they make and all that stuff. They lose sleep. They get paranoid. They're nervous. They're willing to do anything to maintain that portfolio, and that's why you have all types of illegal acts being committed, by these super rich, because they want to be ahead of the game. They want to have that edge over all the people. So that's why there's so much corruption. That's why the Ponzi scheme keeps going on and on and on and on, because they don't want to be poor. They don't want to be you know standing next in line with the people. They rather be on their yachts and their sheep, somewhere in the ocean having a good time, writing that check like they own the planet Earth and all that stuff. So you just have to be aware of what the rich of this world want. Okay. And then verse 2 says, watching care will not let a man slumber, as a sore disease breaketh sleep. Yep. So, just like the rich, they're not really comfortable losing their wealth. So they have to, do certain things. They have to create technologies to monitor the market, and they employ people that stay up day and night, to keep an eye on the Ponzi scheme. All right, and that's how it is when you serve the Lord. You have to be awake. Your spirit has to be sharp. You have to be alert. All right, because you don't want to be broke. Serving the Lord. In other words, you want to have the wisdom that is necessary, because wisdom is wealth when you're dealing with the Lord. Okay, so that's the point there. I can just keep an eye open on the drama that's about to unfold, and the more you begin to dig, you start linking up every single agency, you know, around the world and how they're tied up to the stock market. From education to healthcare to transportation to law enforcement, to medical facilities and all that stuff. And you see the total web of corruption, and then you understand the reason why the Lord Hamashiach Yahushua is on his way back. So with that, I just say shalom.